It is in the treatment of trifles that a person shows what they are. Man is like a hedgehog. If you get too close, you get pricked. If you get too far, you get cold. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. Wicked thoughts and worthless efforts gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. The greatest achievements of the human mind are generally received with distrust. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. Compared to self-denial, courage, and hard work, women are skilled in patience, obedience, and comfort. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Just remember, once you're over the hill you begin to pick up speed. To be loved for what one is the greatest exception. The great majority love in others only what they lend him, their own selves, their version of him. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. If you want to know your true opinion of someone, watch the effect produced in you by the first sight of a letter from him. Every possession and every happiness is but lent by chance, for an uncertain time, and may therefore be demanded back the next hour. Compassion is the basis of morality. The assumption that animals are without rights, and the illusion that our treatment of them has no moral significance, is a positively outrageous example of Western crudity and barbarity. Universal compassion is the only guarantee of morality. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. Money is human happiness in the abstract. He, then, who is no longer capable of enjoying human happiness in the concrete, devotes himself utterly to money. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. The first 40 years of life give us the text. The next 30 supply the commentary on it. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. The discovery of truth is prevented more effectively, not by the false appearance things present and which mislead into error, not directly by weakness of the reasoning powers, but by preconceived opinion, by prejudice. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. Each day is a little life, every waking and rising a little birth, every fresh morning a little youth, every going to rest and sleep a little death. Truth that is naked is the most beautiful, and the simpler its expression, the deeper is the impression it makes. In early youth, as we contemplate our coming life, we are like children in a theater before the curtain is raised, sitting there in high spirits and eagerly waiting for the play to begin. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Faith is like love. It does not let itself be forced. A genuine work of art can never be false, nor can it be discredited through the lapse of time, for it does not present an opinion to the thing itself. Music is the melody whose text is the world. Politeness is to human nature what warmth is to wax. Friends and acquaintances are the surest passport to fortune. It is only at the first encounter that a face makes its full impression on us. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. They tell us that suicide is the greatest piece of cowardice, that suicide is wrong, when it is quite obvious that there is nothing in this world to which every man has a more unassailable title than to his own life and person. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Pleasure is never as pleasant as we expected it to be, and pain is always more painful. The pain in the world always outweighs the pleasure. If you don't believe it, compare the respective feelings of two animals, one of which is eating the other. Change alone is eternal, perpetual, immortal. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. Man can do what he wills, but he cannot what he wills. Truth is no harlot who throws her arms round the neck of him who does not desire her. On the contrary, she is so core a beauty that even the man who sacrifices everything to her can still not be certain of her favors. Great minds are related to the brief span of time during which they live as great buildings are to a little square in which they stand. You cannot see them in all their magnitude because you are standing too close to them. Night gives a black look to everything, whatever it may be.